Kia ora koutou. Really cool to have you back for another Lockdown Lowdown, which is the new name that we're going with for these videos where we reach out to members across the country. We've also got a name in Te Reo. We're going to be referring to these as Te Kāhui Rāhui. My understanding is that Kāhui means a group or a community, and Rāhui talks about a ban or a restriction. And so we think that name's quite cool. Really pleased today because we have got Karen O'Leary calling in from Adelaide. It's Adelaide Early Childhood Centre, where she is the manager. So very much looking forward to talking to her about what the lockdown looks like for her.
A few moments later.
Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Karen O'Leary.
Hey, how's it going, Liam?
Really good. How are you?
Oh, I just came back for a big walk. I'm a bit exerted, but other than that, really good.
Hey, tell me about your industrial brick wall look of your apartment, because I'm really into that.
Oh, that's because we live in a converted joinery. So it was a joinery back in like 1920.
Yep.
And so, yes, it's the cool double-story brick building that on Blythe Street in Berrimport. And it's just, we've got the bricks on the outside. We did actually have to reclad it recently because it's 120 years old. When it rained outside, it rained inside. So that wasn't optimum. So we have reclad the outside, but it still looks nice and bricky on the inside.
Yeah, I reckon it looks real cool.
Yeah. I've got a child there too. Oh no, he's behind me.
Oh yeah.
I've got one of those too. Yeah.
I'm actually on location in my driveway right now because
cool.
I've got a really upset 1-year-old daughter that I didn't think quite created the ambience that we wanted of these lockdown lowdown videos.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Fair enough. Have you just got one child?
No. I'm also lucky enough to have a 3-year-old as well.
Oh.
And so actually the biggest upside of being in lockdown is actually having them wander in and out of the office all day.
Yeah. And also it'll be giving you a whole new level of respect that I'm sure you already had for early childhood education and the really valuable job we do.
I'll tell you what, you're not wrong. Yep. No, couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Hey, I do have a really small request though. I wanted to see if you could help with a jingle for these videos.
Yes, yeah.
And so we've kind of got this dual name. It's going to be half the lockdown lowdown.
Yeah.
But the other half is going to be Kāhui Rāhui. Kāhui talks about a group or a community, and Rāhui is a ban or restriction. And so we thought the name was quite fitting.
Yeah, cool. That sounds cool. Yeah, I can help with that. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Apart from that, though, how's everything going?
Oh, you mean in terms of my general life, in terms of Adelaide, my early childhood centre, or my faux police work? Because I've been doing a bit of that lately too, actually.
Okay, to be honest, I kind of want to dive into all of those.
Well, I can give a synopsis of these things. So my general life, actually, lockdowns are not too bad, which is, I feel bad for saying it, but I quite like it. And I've got a really nice bubble. So you're like, it must be terrible if your bubble is not optimum. But mine is very good, so that's very fortunate. And then Adelaide, the Early Childhood Centre. You've never been to Adelaide, eh? You should come one day.
I have not been lucky enough.
Where do you live?
I'm from Palmerston North, or the Hawaii of New Zealand, as it's often referred to.
Yeah. People always say good stuff about Palmy, eh?
Yeah, that's right. But I was reading up about the history of your centre.
Yeah.
It sounds awesome the way that people kind of looked at creating the building in the 1970s through a range.
Yeah, 1978. Yeah. So it's been there as long as I've been alive, and we were just really. I mean, that's the thing for us as a community standalone centre that's been a real point of difference because we own that building. We haven't been as vulnerable as all of the other community-based centres.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just telling my partner off because she's clanking in the kitchen. But the kitchen is our lounge, so it's a bit tricky.
What an authentic conversation this is.
Yeah. So Adelaide's cool, and I've been there for 20 years. But in terms of the lockdown, again, we're lucky that Adelaide's a very supportive, pro-staff centre, and it, because that's really important. It's part of our philosophy. So basically, we've said, everyone during this time, look after yourselves and your families first. And then we'll look at anything we can do above and beyond that in terms of, sending stuff out to families and that kind of thing. Yeah. and just staying on full pay is really important too. So that's been really good. Yeah.
No, I mean, that's so cool to hear those stories of people that have been kind of people first in their approach to dealing with this.
Yeah. Because it is an unprecedented time. I mean, but ultimately, if you think about the nuts and bolts of what it is we do as teachers, you've always really got to put people in relationships first. So if you don't do that, then what are you even doing? Yeah, well, that's just my opinion, but it's probably a good one. Yeah,
so true.
Yeah, and then
how's the police work going?
Oh yeah, well, so the actual New Zealand Police got us to do these videos as the Wellington Paranormal unit. So I've now been able to be called an essential service, which is really cool. So I went and made some videos for the New Zealand Police, just kind of lighthearted, but wanting to get a message out to a different demographic. So they're wanting to get out to younger people that might not be taking the lockdown seriously and that kind of thing. So they're just on Facebook and stuff like that. And I made 4 more of them yesterday, and I think they're just going to do some every week. So that's really cool. It's really fun. Yeah.
Do you get a badge for being an essential service person?
I think you can get a letter if you ask for one, but because I'm only going to one place, I feel like I'd want a sash. Hey, I'm an essential service, or like a really cool hat, but at the moment I've got nothing to show for it other than I get to drive around, and if someone stops me, and especially if the police stop me, they'll probably say, "Hey, hang on a second, you're all right."
But also internally within yourself, that you're an essential service person.
I know, and you know what? That's a really nice feeling. So I'm just, I wanted to tell some other people how essential they are to me in different ways. Yeah.
I've been trying to get union president shifted onto the essential services list, but no luck so far.
That's right. So what? You can be a butcher. Not that I'm belittling butchers, but I think you're pretty essential at this time. We're going to be creating a campaign to get us heaps of money after this is finished, and everyone's like, "We need to pay teachers millions of dollars."
That's right. Yeah.
Hey, we're going to strike while that iron's hot.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Are we starting to come up with some type of a plan here?
I think it's sounding like a pretty good plan to be, especially once we put a jingle, and I'll make a jingle as well for more money. It's going to be great. Yeah. So when do you want me to give you your jingle by?
I'm kind of rolling these videos every couple of days, and so I mean sooner rather than later. But I mean, I don't know how far out now. Oh yeah, let's do that.
It's lucky because you know what? I happen to have a professional musician living in my bubble at this time. So I would just actually also ask her for help, and then it's going to get sound even cooler because she's got all sorts of great instruments.
How lucky are we?
Well, it's meant to be, maybe. That's what the thing is. Sometimes things are just meant to be.
Yeah. Hey, if you don't mind, I'm going to take us through into the lightning round.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So, some short and sharp questions to wrap this up.
Okay. Yeah.
What's your approach to dress code in the lockdown?
I've gone for smart casual, laid back lifestyle, but I will be having suit Sunday.
Suit Sunday, cool.
Yep.
And what are you having for dinner tonight?
I'm having chicken curry with rice and maybe some sort of naan bread.
Oh, cool. And what is your pro tip for people working from home?
Don't do it. Just hang out with your friends and mates.
That's good. Cool. Hey, well, that brings us to the end. Thank you so much for making the time for this, and I'm looking forward to seeing some jingle magic.
Oh, it is going to be the jingle of all jingles. You mark my words, Slam.
Awesome.
Okay. See you later. Bye.
Thank you, Dad.